little distance for yeah. Yeah.
Are we ready? Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. My name is Gerald Woodyard. I'm the commanding officer of Traffic Group. We're here because of a tragic incident that occurred here off of Broadway and College, where a grandmother, was walking across the street and a black vehicle slammed into her and did not stop. Now, we know that oftentimes if you just stop and render assistance and or identify yourself, that you don't have a crime. But in this case, the individual did not stop, and that mother and that grandmother sustained some significant injuries, fractures, and thank God she did not die from that incident. And so what I'm asking is for that individual to come forward and identify themselves. And I'm also asking the community to take a look at the video. And if they know this individual, if he doesn't have the courage to come forward, if they know this individual, then hopefully they'll provide us some information so that we can bring some closure to this incident. As you know, there's been numerous times in the city of Los Angeles where individuals are struck by vehicles, and clearly it's going to happen in a busy city. But we don't have to escalate that to being a criminal act by not stopping. But with that being said, to give you more details of what occurred that day, I'd like to bring up the investigating officer, Detective Campos.
Thank you again for coming. I'm Detective Campos, Juan, J-U-A-N-C-A-M-P-O-S of Central Traffic Detectives. As I'm going to reiterate, on September 4th, approximately 5 p.m., the victim was crossing Broadway at College Street. She was in the crosswalk and had the walk signal. A black, possibly 2003 to 2006 Mercedes-Benz C230 was traveling eastbound on College, approaching Broadway. The driver made a left turn southbound on Broadway and collided with the victim while she was in the crosswalk. As some of you will see later on when the video is released by the LAPD headquarters social media, the driver did pull over after catapulting the victim into the air, and she landed on the street. He was out of this car trying to appear in the video. She was attending to the victim for approximately 44 seconds with other citizens. Unfortunately, that driver decided to walk away, went back in his vehicle, and fled the scene without rendering any aid and identifying themselves. The Los Angeles Los Angeles Fire Department paramedics responded to the scene, transported the victim to a local hospital, and she was admitted to an intensive care unit. Thankfully, within a week, she was out of the intensive care unit and transferred to a convalescent home where she is recovering and expected to recover. Witnesses described the driver as a male black, 35 to 40 years old, approximately 6'3 to 6'4", 180 pounds. He had black hair with locks, and the tips were bleach. And he had a tattoo of a number 1 on his right side of his face, and tattoos on both arms. He was wearing a black tank top, black shorts, and black and white tennis shoes with white laces and white soles. Unfortunately, nobody wrote down the license of the vehicle. However, they did describe the license plate as being one of those temporary plates issued by the DMV. After the briefing in Spanish, I do have a message from the victim to the driver, and hopefully it can be picked up by your microphones. I'm going to have Officer Deng from Central Traffic Division say a few words in Mandarin.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Officer Deng of Los Angeles Police Department. My last name is D-E-N-G, and I'm currently assigned to Central Traffic Detective. 大家早上好，我是洛杉矶警察局的邓警官。今天在这里向大众描述一起车祸逃逸案件。在9月14日约下午5点钟，受害者在 Broadway 跟 College 街的十字路口斑马线上过马路。当时过马路的行人信号灯显示了行走的指示，也就是绿灯。 一辆奔驰小客车从西边的 College 街开往南边的 Broadway。这辆奔驰车在 College 街跟 Broadway 的十字路口左转时，撞上了正在斑马线内过马路的受害者。从我们向大众公开的视频可以看到，受害者被撞后，整个人被抛向空中，然后头部着地摔成重伤。案发当时，这辆奔驰车的驾驶员停下来，并与其他的市民一起走向受害者。但是大约44秒之后，驾驶员回到他的奔驰车后逃离了事故现场。驾驶员并没有试图向受害者提供任何医疗帮助或者出示任何身份证明。随后，洛杉矶消防局的救护人员抵达现场，将受害者送往洛杉矶 USC 医院急救。有目击者描述，这台奔驰的驾驶员是一名非裔男性，大约35至40岁，身高约6尺3到6尺4，体重约180磅左右，并且留有雷鬼头的发型，黑发尖端被漂白，左脸侧刻有数字1的纹身，并且双臂都有纹身。驾驶员当时身着黑色的背心、黑色短裤以及黑色的网球鞋。这台车被描述为黑色的2003年到06年的奔驰 C230， 车上挂有临时纸张牌，但是当时没有目击证人写下这台车的临时车牌号码。我们警察局现在有这台车祸逃逸案件的悬赏，希望大家可以协助警方提供可靠的信息和线索。谢谢。
And I'll do the Spanish for Spanish channels. Hoy estamos aquí para hablar sobre la colisión que ocurrió el 4 de septiembre, aproximadamente a las 5 de la tarde. La víctima estaba cruzando Broadway aquí en la College, estaba pasando el petón y tenía señal de caminar. Un Mercedes de C230, color negro, posiblemente del año de 2003 a 2006, viajaba por College, la calle College, y cuando se acercó hizo una izquierda aquí en la Broadway a la sur. El chofer del Mercedes atropelló la mujer que tenía 70 años. Y como algunos de ustedes han visto en el video que vamos a dar en el social media, la víctima el vehículo lanzó la víctima al aire y cayó en la calle. El chofer sí paró y salió del carro a ver la víctima con otras personas que estaban de testigos. Ese chofer, como 44 segundos después, entró a su vehículo y se fue sin identificar y rendir ayuda a la víctima. Los paramédicos de Los Ángeles respondieron y transportaron a la víctima a un hospital donde estaba internada de cuidados intensivos con graves lesiones. La víctima ya está fuera del UCI, está en un convalescent home y está recuperando. Los testigos descubrieron el chofer como un moreno de 35-40 años y de edad de 6 pies 3 pulgadas a 6 pies 4 pulgadas, de peso de 80 libras. Él tenía pelo negro y las puntas del pelo estaban blanqueados. Tenía un tatuaje de número 1 al lado derecho de la cara y también tatuajes en los brazos. Lleva una camisa sin mangas de negro, con pantalones cortos de negros y zapatos de tiendas en blanco y negro con cordones y suelas blancas. El vehículo no tenía placas, tenía las placas que son temporarias cuando agarra un carro nuevo y nadie lo notó. Ahorita voy a enseñar un mensaje de la víctima. A ver si se escucha. Otra vez.
¿Yo puedo? Quiero que el señor me atropelló, por favor, que se entregue, que me vea Gracias.
These recordings and photos that I have, and this recording of the victim begging asking the driver to turn himself in to see what he did to her. If you have Apple products, I could upload them. If not, I could email them to you after the press conference, so get with me. Right now, I'd like to present. There's also a $25,000 reward for the identification and conviction of the driver. $25,000 reward is automatically offered by the Los Angeles City Council, and to represent the Cedillo's office, Council District 1, I have Ricardo Flores, Field Deputy.
Good morning. My name is Ricardo Flores, R-I-C-A-R-D-O. Flores is F-L-O-R-E-S. Field Deputy for Councilmember Gilbert Cedillo, who represents the community of Chinatown. First of all, the Councilmember would like to thank Deputy Chief Blake Chaw, Captain Harrison, and Walters and their team for their hard work, making sure the victim and her family find peace. Today, the office of Councilmember Gilbert Cedillo stands here with the Los Angeles Police Department and the family members of the victim to urge the driver of the vehicle to make the right thing and turn himself in. We are heartbroken that the victim had suffered severe injuries. Councilmember Cedillo is asking the community members for help in identifying the driver. Please contact Detective Juan Campos at 213-486-0755 or 213-640-2168 for any information to bring the person to fault to justice. We are here to help to support the Los Angeles Police Department and the victims. Thank you.
I'm about to introduce some family members, but first I forgot the details of the injuries. She sustained a brain bleed, a broken neck, and a broken pelvis, and other visible injuries. I'm going to introduce Ramona, who is a daughter of the victim, along with some nephews.
Hi, good morning. I'm here to support my mother. I want to tell the driver to please turn himself in because my mother didn't deserve to be laying down on the ground without any assistance. This person needs to turn themselves in. I'm begging you to please turn yourself in. She is a grandmother, and now she's in a hospital that we don't even know if she's going to be able to move or walk. Please do the right thing and turn yourself in. Yo quiero decirles el día de ahora que le pido a la persona que atropelló a mi madre que por favor se entregue. La dejó tirada en el piso como una basura y eso no está correcto. Él tiene que hacer la cosa correcta y entregarse. Por favor, le pido que se entregue a esta persona y si alguien tiene información de esta persona, por favor les pido que llamen y den la información de esta persona si lo conocen, por favor. Ella tiene mucho dolor de días buenos y días malos, pero lo más grave es que tiene mucho dolor y ese dolor no se le va a ir. Ese dolor va a continuar con ella por el resto de su vida, porque esas lastimaduras fueron muy fuertes, muy feas. Una persona que lo dejó ahí nomás tirada en el piso, eso no está correcto.
In English? Respond in English to this question.
In English, what do I say?
This is what you just said in Spanish.
I don't remember.
Go ahead.
My mother is doing well, but she's in a hospital bed. She cannot stand up and walk. I just want this person to please turn themselves in because this pain is going to be there for the rest of her life. Oh, yes, she used to walk. She used to love going to the park and walk. She would, she had both knee replacements, but she was still a strong woman, and she was going to the park 1 hour a day. She was a very active person. And to see my mother laying down in that hospital, it is heartbreaking. It breaks my heart. Yes, she lives around here. Mi nombre es Ramona Cesati.
If anyone knows anything about the person who hit my grandma, please say something. Use social media, Instagram, whatever. Make a difference in this world. And if you're watching this, whoever hit her, please turn yourself in. My grandma could have died. So thank God she isn't dead. But, she's still suffering. She's still in pain. And we don't know how long it will take for her to be normal, we used to walk with her every weekend to the park. You know, it was a great time, you know, talking with my grandma, my parents. So if anyone knows anything, you know, please use social media, anything. Just please help us out. This is really important to us. It's my grandma and her mom. So I would really appreciate it, and I'm sure, you know, good things will happen to you if you do the right thing. Thank you.
What is your name, sir?
Anthony Ortega.
Hello, thank you for coming, and this was my grandmother, and you know, it's really devastating to see her, and please help us. If you know any information, contact the police and say something, and hopefully this guy will turn himself in. Thank you.
Your name?
Oh, my name is Noah Zazadi.
Anybody else? Again, reaching out to that driver. If you're seeing this, please give us a call. Get your side of the story. I know you stopped. I know you tried to do something, but you still needed to render aid and identify yourself. So please, don't make us come looking for you. Just come and turn yourself in. Again, $25,000 reward. You contact Central Traffic Detectives. I'll take. It's open for questions for anybody.
I just want to make sure. So the grandmother's out of the hospital. The grandmother is out.
She's in a convalescent home recovering.
And the mom is still alive.
No, there's only. It's the same one. It's daughter, grandma. One person.
Nobody's dead.
Correct. Nobody's dead. She was crossing from the southwest corner to the southeast corner of Broadway in College, and she did have the walk signal, as did the driver had the green light. However, the driver, when making that left, she didn't make sure there was no pedestrians in the crosswalk, and failed to yield for that pedestrian. Yes, they are registered to that vehicle. Unfortunately, nobody wrote it down. If they wrote it down, we would have found out who owned the car. Yes. Well, we do have pictures from video, still photos. Fortunately, we're unable to get a license plate. One of the witnesses was close to the suspect and was able to meet one of our sketch artists and do this composite. So we do have a composite of the resemblance of the suspect. So anybody that looks familiar, give us a call, and we'll like to talk to that person if they resemble the composite. Yeah, obviously that tattoo of number 1 is a distinct identifier. So it's not something that people walk around with tattoos on their faces. So if there's somebody out there with the number 1 is a male black who has bleach hair or used to have bleach hair, give us a call. We'd like to talk to that person. Anything else? Anybody? Any other questions for family? No, we do have video that captures part of the collision. It doesn't capture the initial collision; it captures the middle to the end. So that's the video that's going to be released. And again, if you got any Apple products, I'll airdrop that video for you. Yeah, I can do emails too. Yes, it's online. It will be online. I have Media Relations should be releasing it either now or it's going to be released. Huh? 1-on-1, yeah. You know, if the family's available or any of us are available after breaking this conference. Again, thank you everybody for coming.